Hello everyone, speaking before you is Jonel Disincoros, your subject teacher in General Physics 1 and Practical Research 2. This presentation, entitled Distance Learning Modality, intends to give you, my dear students and parents, a general overview as to how our lessons will proceed given the public health situation and directives of our government authorities. On display are 5 objectives which we shall meet at the end of this presentation. Number 1, to define basic education learning continuity plan. Second, to describe the different learning delivery modalities. Number 3, to enumerate the steps in the conduct of instruction in the context of our school and of our subject. Fourth, to cite alternative measures in addressing difficult academic concepts. And lastly, to describe the parts of the module. Issues on academic freeze has been raised this past few months. Yet, our government, as you might have witnessed in the news and different social media platforms, pushes that classes for this school year should proceed. May it be realized by all of us that the drive of our government is grounded on our 1987 Constitution, where Section 1 of Article 14 states that the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. Take note that the state shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. Therefore, it encompasses all of us. Moreover, Section 2 states that the state shall establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people and society. The word relevance in this section entails that the state has to be responsive enough in educating the citizens despite the demands of time and circumstances. For this reason, the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan was developed and now implemented. This plan is stipulated in DepEd Order No. 12, Series of 2020. It is defined as the package of interventions that will respond to basic education challenges brought about by COVID-19. The plan describes 4 learning delivery modalities which the schools may choose to adopt or combine, depending on the context, situation, or circumstances. These modalities are displayed on the screen, enumerably face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, and homeschooling. There are 3 ways on how distance learning may be carried out, which are modular distance learning, online distance learning, and television or radio-based instruction. Face-to-face refers to the traditional way of learning. As highlighted in the definition, the students and the teacher are both physically present in the classroom. For situations where face-to-face instruction is not allowed, or where the student and teachers are geographically remote, distance learning could be an option. Distance learning has 3 types, which are modular distance learning, online distance learning, and television or radio-based instruction. Modular distance learning involves individualized instruction that allows learners to use self-learning modules in print or digital format. As you may realize, this is the same method that we will be employing for this school year in our school and even in our subject. Online distance learning features the teacher as facilitators, engaging learners' active participation through the use of various technologies accessed through the internet while they are geographically remote, meaning you as a student as well as the teacher are connected via internet in the same time through video conference or virtual class. The last one, the TV, on radio-based instruction, it utilizes self-learning modules, which are converted to video lessons. This means that the content of self-learning modules are converted to audio-visual materials. Then using television and radio, these materials are played to a specific group of audience or grade level. In some localities, these materials are saved in flash drives, then played at home by the learners. The third modality, also known as the blended learning, is a combination of face-to-face with any or a mix of distance learning. This means that you, as a student, will be required to report to school for, let's say, 1 or 2 days in a week to attend classes or to receive instruction. On the following days, you will be working out on your activities or projects at home while still connected via virtual classroom platforms with your teacher. The same thing will happen the following week, and this cycle will continue until the end of the school year. The fourth modality, also known as homeschooling, is facilitated by qualified parents, guardians, or tutors, which means that there seems to have no connection between the subject teacher as well as the student. And the student just reports to school for assessment purposes, considering that direct instruction is received from a hired, qualified teacher or instructor. I hope you have a better grasp of what modular distance learning is and what makes it different from the rest by now. Displayed on the screen are the 9 parts of the module. Now, how will the modular distance learning proceed? First, students and parents are informed by the school on the weekly schedule of releasing and returning of printed modules. Second, parents pick up the module of students in the school following the protective health measure standards set by the local IATF. This is the interesting part, considering that the learners have all the leeway as to when they will read the content of the module and as to when they will complete the exercise or assessments therein for the week. You might be tempted not to work it out for today. Instead, work it out tomorrow, and then when tomorrow comes, you wish to work it out again by the following day until it gets heavy. For that reason, you are encouraged to create a daily schedule for each subject for the entire week so that you could really complete the module within a week. Below is the display of example. Next, how are you supposed to complete the module? As much as possible, you must complete it independently because it is designed to support self-learning. Its activities are also self-directed, and these are written in conversational style. However, when there are very difficult concepts, you may employ pair learning, which means that you could gather in group by pair or by 3 and then discuss very difficult learning activities or concepts. However, if there are very difficult concepts which pair learning could not resolve, you must seek now the assistance of your teacher. And the teacher must address your academic queries through your virtual classroom or through social media platforms. After a week, it is expected that all the modules given to you are completed. So step 3 comes in. You return the completed modules, and then your parents would pick up another set of modules. Take note that the blank space, page, or box at the end of the module is intended for the learner's written learning reflection in the module, which means that it's like a summary of what you have learned about the module. Also, in the phase of returning the module, the teacher checks all the answers, entries of the students in the module. If there are mistakes made by the learner in the module, in the context of our subject only, may I remind you, the teacher returns this by the following week, and then the learner erases all the mistakes made and completes the module again. Whenever necessary, the teacher conducts home visit for learners needing remediation or assistance. What does it mean? It means that instruction does not end by the submission of the module. It will be checked by me as your subject teacher. And take note that you have to answer it using a pencil. After checking the module, if there are parts wherein you have committed mistakes, I will be returning it to you and you have to erase all of those parts. And then you answer it again correctly. And that process will continue until you master everything that is in the module. Now, assuming that you have completed the module 100%, you made it, all of it, correct by now, you now have to take the teacher-made assessment that is in Google Classroom or Schoology or in Modo or other applications. Therefore, every module corresponds to a teacher-made assessment. If there are 4 modules in a quarter, there will also be 4 teacher-made assessment. Once you complete all the module and teacher-made assessment, the last part is to take the quarterly assessment. For the assessment process, we are still waiting for the order and directives of our department. So I will keep you posted on that part. Now displayed on the screen is the summary of all steps mentioned. If you have queries regarding this presentation, do not hesitate to give me a message through my Facebook Messenger. Also, please install Schoology and Google Meet. Thank you for your time and attention in this presentation. I am looking forward for a productive school year with all of you. God bless.